This morning, as we continue our series, Medical Miracles, the story of a 7-year-old girl who was on the verge of completely losing sight in one eye. That's when her parents decided to try a cutting-edge experimental procedure.
Butterscotch and minty. Both say, yes, please, so would I.
Watching 7-year-old Megan Garvin read, it's nearly impossible to tell she is legally blind in her right eye.
Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot.
Doctors have been monitoring Megan's vision for 2 years now, since discovering her condition during a routine eye exam.
We went in and they had her covered the one eye and she did just fine. And then when they took and covered the other eye, it was shocking.
The diagnosis, amblyopia, or lazy eye, caused by a drastic difference in power between the two eyes, and it was caught just in time. Dr. Paul Doherty is Megan's ophthalmologist.
So she can't even see the big E. All right, she's legally blind in this eye. Now cover the other eye. It's called amblyopia. Essentially, the brain doesn't learn how to see. And if that's not corrected by age 9, it's permanent. Do you see anything? Just shapes?
The Garvins were informed that without treatment, Megan would soon have no sight at all in her right eye.
I think anytime that you find something is wrong or not normal, it's devastating.
The problem that you have, Megan, is that your eye is too long.
Dr. Doherty suggested the Garvins consider a permanent contact lens called an ICL implanted in the eye through surgery, revolutionary for a child as young as Megan.
The recommendation was actually at that point to go under the knife, which just terrified us.
As with many cases of pediatric amblyopia, regular contact lenses would be difficult for Megan to handle and were not a viable option. The Garvins decided to move forward with surgery.
Now she'll be the first little girl in the United States with this problem to have this put in.
Surgery began with a lens enclosed in a tiny vial.
I make some incisions or tiny cuts in the eye and use some material to fill up the front part of the eye. I then make the incision for the lens. The way the lens is put in is we roll it like a taco, and then it unfolds in the front of the eye. And I inject this lens into the eye. The lens is about ½ an inch long, and it's rolled up so I can get it into a very tiny incision. It unfolds in front of the iris, or the colored part of the eye.
The Garvins watched through the glass, hoping in just a few hours their daughter would be able to see.
She's got to live with the decision that her mom and dad made for her when she was 7 years old. And we're just, hoping that we've made the right decision, that this is something that will be a long-term benefit for her.
And now the results. It's been a week since the surgery. Megan and her parents, Chris and Rosie Garvin, are here. Good morning to all of you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Megan, did it work?
Yeah.
Yeah? You can see?
Kind
out of your eye?
Yeah.
What was the first thing when you woke up from surgery that you remember seeing clearly for the first time?
Well, kind of numbers when they're way back.
Numbers, you saw them
Kind of.
clearly. So she says that she can kind of see. Is this because it'll gradually get better and better,
Yes,
Rosie?
we have work ahead of us. We will do some patchwork, and basically we need to get the brain to start working with this lens, and it's going to be a road, but definitely she sees some improvement, she's told us, so we're excited about that.
The hope is that it'll be...
It probably will never be perfect, but as close as we can get it, and just the fact that we could save it and make it better for her, so in the future she'll see out of both eyes.
She was severely nearsighted in the right eye, and this was the only way to correct it, they hope, permanently for a child so young. Is that right, Chris?
Yeah, to catch it that early and to prevent permanent blindness by age 9 or 10 is when you start, you stop developing that part of the brain.
Had she had a vision check when she was really little, like say 2 or 3, this could have been fairly easy to correct.
Yeah.
But she didn't have one until she was how old?
She was 5.
And that's because what, the doctor never told you
Yeah,
to do it was then?
basically a standard vision test that they called for her going into kindergarten, into 1st grade, and otherwise we never noticed anything wrong with her.
Nothing seemed wrong? Your doctor
nothing.
wasn't telling you to get a vision
No,
check?
not at all.
So
She
I guess
was totally normal.
The takeaway here is if you have a young child, younger than she was,
Yes.
take them to check their vision.
Why not?
Simple
I mean,
test.
and hopefully, everyone will, it will come out perfect, but in our case, it was very shocking.
All right. Well, luckily you found a solution. Thank you so
Yeah,
much,
thank
Megan.
you.
You're welcome.
I'm happy it worked out so well.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.